Now, good morning, class. This is today again. Now, we'll be back on transparent, translucent, and opaque materials. And remember what we learned last time, that is on Tuesday. We realized that on Tuesday we went through how light travels. And I want to emphasize on this. I've realized most of you are not doing this work. And this work, how I wish that all of you to do it. Because I don't want whereby few people are the one doing the work and the rest are not doing the work. So please, it is incumbent upon you to do that work and bring it for marking. And I've also realized some people are doing it, they are not submitting their work for me to mark. Kindly do that, because I also have my records of how you are doing your work. So please, from today henceforth, make sure your work is submitted for marking. Having said that, let us continue to transparent, translucent, and opaque materials. Here we will see how materials behave with light, or how light behaves with materials. For example, when you say transparent materials, I know this is not a new thing to you. Transparent materials, these are materials that light can pass through them, and then you see things clearly. So that is what we call the transparent materials. We have the examples of transparent materials. We have the clear glass. You can see if there is water, you can see if there is something in water, inside the water you can see. So which means light can pass through them. That is under this. Now we'll also go deep into this. Now under this, we realize, for example, if we have a torch, let's say for example, we have our glass here. For example, we have our glass here. And if this is a glass, and remember this glass, it has water. Then we have our torch here. This is our torch. So then when light, so that's the rays. So this is glass. So this is our torch. This is the rays. So a group of rays, is called the what? The beam. Now, so remember the light. Sometimes you will, if here there is a cardboard, here, so this is the cardboard. So if the cardboard is here, you realize you will see the light will pass through, and then you will see that even if you shake this water, here you will see some. You will see the shadow here, and the light will be seen here, which means light can pass through this. So that is a clear glass. So we will also see the example. We have air. That is why we can see clearly, because air is transparent. For example, if there is a smoke somewhere, if there is a lot of smoke, now beyond that smoke you can't see anything. Why? Because the smoke is not transparent. But air, clear air, is very transparent. We have also, as I said, we have transparent materials. Now let us look at transparent materials. Sometimes this topic, it appears very easy, but in exam it challenges the learners. So learners, be very careful in this topic, because sometimes you can say, transparent material. No, it appears very easy, but remember, it's challenged. Now, transparent materials, R. Now R, we have air, that is clear air. We have clear water. Clear water. We have also clear glass. Clear glass. There we have also clear polythene bags and clear. So they must be clear. Polythene bag. We have window pane. Window pane. We have window screen. Window pane. Now, what can transparent materials make? So, what can transparent material make? Now, let us see. We have the transparent material. What can they make? Most of the glasses. Let us see. We have, when you look at the glasses at the window, you realize you can see something that is outside. So, which means that is a clear glass. So, clear glass, which means it is transparent. Now, those are the examples of transparent materials. Let us see what we can make out of them. Now, what we can make out of them, we have, there is let us see what a transparent material can make. Materials can make. One, we realize they can make, as I said, look at the window pane, so they can make the car window screen. I know you know the car window screen. The car window screens. So car window screens, that is, which means you can see light through them. Then we have also the window panes. Window panes, those are the one at the window. Now we have the window panes. We have also, they can also make, we have the lantern glasses. I don't know whether you know the lantern. We have the lantern lamp. Lantern lamp, some you have them at home. If you don't know, you can check primary exercise book, page 58, 59, I think so. Page 59, you see the lantern lamp there. Now, so we have also the lantern glasses. Lantern glasses, that is the lantern glass. So that is another one. The last one we have the spectacles. Spectacles are transparent, which means you can see the light can pass through them. Now we have the spectacles. The spectacles glasses. That is, now when it comes, that is all about the transparent materials. So under transparent material, remember in exam they can ask you which one of the following is true about transparent materials. Which one of the following is true about the transparent materials? Or making the window screen, making the window panes, making the side mirrors. Do you know the side mirrors of the car side mirrors? So somebody, you can be very careful in answering the questions like this. So sometimes they appear This topic appears very easy to the learners, but it is tricky in answering questions. So be very careful in it. Now let us see translucent materials. Now under this, we realize these are materials that light passes. You can see something, light passes through, but not so much light. So you can see an object, but not clear. So we realize these are materials that allow only some light. They allow only some light to pass through. Hence, you cannot see something clear. So, for example, now examples of this, we have the frosted glass. Look at the frosted glass. Then we have the oil paper. Oil paper, just take a paper, smear oil on it. After you smear oil on the paper, then try to put it now where there is too much light. You'll find that there is a little bit of light. So then we have also the tracing paper. I don't know whether you have seen the tracing paper. Now, for example, you have drawn an object, or object is in the book, or a diagram is in the book. Then you see, put a paper on top of the drawing. Then you will see the drawing, but not so much clear. You can trace it there. Those are what you call the tracing paper. Light also can pass through, but not too much of it. We have also, so we'll also see the materials that we can make, what we can make out of the transparent, translucent materials. Now here, I said that these are materials that allow only some light to pass through. Materials they only allow some light to pass through them, but ones cannot be able to see pass through them, but somebody cannot see, but somebody cannot see clearly. Why? Because the light, it only allows some, not all the lights. We realize the transparent materials, light passes through the way it is. But the translucent only allows some light to pass through. So that is what we mean by translucent materials. Now, let us have the examples of translucent materials here. Examples. Translucent materials. We have the oil paper. Number two, we have the tracing paper. We have the frosted glasses. We have the frosted glasses. Now, let us see what we can make. What we can make out of them, out of these. Now, what translucent material can make. Now, let us see this. What translucent materials can do what? Can make. Now, one is we can make the skylights. Skylight, this one, it is that we have the translucent roofs. I don't know whether you have seen the translucent roof. Translucent roofs, for example, there are some houses that let me give you a typical example on this. We realize our hall where we used to eat. There was some iron sheets, two iron sheets, I think so. Some two that when the lights could allow some light to pass through, and when you look up there, they were so clear than the rest, which means they allow some light to pass through. That is what I mean by the skylights. So skylights, these are the translucent roofs. So they are being made in a hole or on top of the roofs to help light to pass through. But remember, light cannot pass through very clear. That is why I am saying these are materials that allow only some. So only some light will pass through, but not all of it. Why? Because it is translucent material. It is what we call the skylight. Good. Now we have the toilet and bathroom windows. Toilet and bathroom windows. Now look at this. Now in toilet and bathroom windows, we realize, I don't know if you have it at home, there are some toilet windows or doors that you can't see somebody who is inside. You can't see that person clearly. That the person who's also inside cannot see it clearly, but you can see there is a shadow, which means there is somebody inside there. So that one tells us that toilet and bathroom windows, I think you have them, and if you have them, you can also check on this. So that is also one of them. Then we have also the ambulance windows. Ambulance windows are also in that. Ambulance windows are also that. Now, this one, they can also give you a question here. Which one of the following cannot be made from the translucent materials? Which one of the following cannot be made from translucent materials? Translucent roofs. Then they can also ask you tracing paper. They can also ask you that we have skylights, toilet windows, toilet and bathroom windows. We have the ambulance. They can also give you the lantern lamp. So remember, which one of the following cannot be made from translucent materials? A, lantern lamp. B, skylight. C, toilet windows. And D, ambulance windows. So be very careful in answering questions like that. So the correct answer is lantern lamp. But now it appears very easy while we are learning. But now during exam, the learners do forget. Lastly, let us see under opaque materials. Let us see under opaque materials. So somebody can ask you, explain why skylights are used on top of our roof. Explain why skylights are used on top of our roof. How do you explain that? We realize skylight is under transparent roof, transparent materials. And now transparent materials, they only allow some light to pass through. So we cannot use transparent material here. Why? Because too much light will be on in the room. Now we need just some light, not too much light. That is why we use transparent materials, transparent windows, but not transparent roofs. Why? Because windows bring too much light. But roofs, we don't want too much light to come from the roof. Why? Because it is direct to the sunlight. So it will be too much for us. So that is that. Now let us look under opaque materials. Now under opaque materials, we realize these are materials that cannot allow light to pass through. They can't allow light to pass through. They cannot allow light to pass through them. Now, let us see examples of these materials. Examples of these materials are materials that light cannot penetrate and pass to the other side. For example, we have the wall. We have desk, we have clothes, but some clothes, we have shoes, we have, name them. There are very, very many. So now, what can we make from these? Now, opaque materials and opaque materials, mainly we use them for privacy, for example, or for protection. Privacy, protection. For example, look at our house. It is opaque. So which means somebody cannot penetrate through the wall easily. So our things are safe while we are away. Now, so opaque materials, for example, clothes or opaque materials are mainly used for privacy. For example, clothes we wear should be opaque in order to cover our bodies. Now look at the clothes that you wear. Should be opaque for privacy. So these materials, they are very many. Now that is that. Now to identify transparent, translucent and opaque materials, how do we identify them? One, we should when we have a torch, shine a torch against the following materials. You can have a torch. If this is my, let me see this one. This one is my padlock. So, or I might have a book. If I have this book, if I have a book like this, so when I shine a torch against the book, now we realize that I will not see something this side. So automatically I will know that it is opaque material. This one is also opaque materials. Opaque material. We will also see the transparent material. We have the glasses. The glasses are also transparent materials. Some are also translucent materials. Now it is, I know now you can identify the transparent materials, translucent materials, and opaque materials. Having said that, on our next lesson, that is on Tuesday, we look at reflection of light. Now, how light behaves when it is reflected. We will also define what is reflection. We will also see how light behaves in light, in water. We will also see, that is under now refraction. We will also see how light behaves with the opaque materials. That is how light behaves with a mirror. We'll see that. Now, on our next lesson, don't miss. Remember, I'm going to give you work after this. So may God bless you and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.